Hi, this is Matt. I'm one of the founders of Mews. We started about 4 or 5 years ago, rethinking the way that we wanted to manage a hotel from a system point of view. So traditionally, you'd look at, if you talk about the Mews Commander, that would be put into the box of property management system. But we feel we've gone beyond that box and we've actually moved into a kind of a total hotel platform solution because of the different integrations that we offer. It really becomes the center point of a hotel or hostel operation today. So as we started building Mews, the focus was to firstly, of course, it had to be in the cloud. There's no way that we will build a modern system that isn't in the cloud and fully functions as a cloud-first solution. So what does that mean? So clearly, you have to have an internet connection to work the system, and then it can work on any device on any browser type. And what that means, it gives freedom to your team, right? So your management or your staff can log in at any point from anywhere in the world at any time, but also the guests can now finally connect to that database through the internet, right? So you're not literally going to let the guest connect to the database, but you can create solutions such as apps that plug into the PMS. Or, for example, we've built in an online check-in where the customer can check in themselves online. So they fill in their registration card, submit their credit card details, and we can even submit the key to the customer through this online platform. So that's the Mews Commander, and I'm going to take you into the system to have a look. This is a very short video, so of course, if you want to have more details, on our website on mewssystems.com, you can always request a demo with the team so that we take a bit more time to go through the different parts of the system. So this is the dashboard of the system, right? So this is the home screen that you always return to during the day. And it gives a snapshot of what's happened during the day. So you see that there's some tasks that need to get completed. This is the arrivals and departures, and all of the customers in this hotel have already checked in or departed. There are some options that need to get cleaned up. So optional reservations that have expired options. Housekeeping still needs to clean some rooms, and how profiles are being completed by the customers in the hotel. And then you see a 7-day snapshot of your occupancy and a number of accounting and kind of management reports. And really important is your social score, right? So how are you doing online and what's the reputation score of your hotel? At the top, we have the taskbar. So clicking on the Mews icon obviously always takes you back to Mews. You've got a very smart search box which allows you to search for names of bookings, names of groups. You can type in a number that can return to you bill numbers, confirmation numbers, room numbers. So the search box is really powerful. Then you've got this icon which represents the timeline. So the timeline is a graphical display of all the rooms in the hotel. And you can then see, you can scroll down and up. And what we also did is we made it entirely zoomable. So if you have a very large property, you can zoom out and actually see a snapshot of the property and then zoom into a booking very fast. So let's return to today. So here you see, for example, Coyote Wiley, he's checked in today. When I click on the booking, a separate small detail opens with more specific details about the booking. And if I want to manage the booking, I just go into manage mode, and then I can change any of the details of this particular booking. So let's return back to the timeline. What you also see is, for example, the star means it's a VIP. You've got the returning customer sign, so welcome back, Magic Johnson, great to have you back at the hotel. Anna is a single female traveler, so that you can really focus on security of this customer. And what else do we have? For example, this is a group, the Borsato group, and as I click on one, it highlights all of the other bookings in that particular group. Let's return back to the dashboard. So another report that gets used constantly within the hotels is Reservation Overview, which is again a graphical overview, but more in the style of cards, right? So you've got a card of this customer called Coyote Wiley, and you can actually go straight into the booking or actually click on details to open up a detail of that particular booking. Another key part of what we do is in the payments side of things, because traditionally at a reception, you would take payments through a credit card terminal. We've actually built that inside the system through an e-commerce connection. So if I would go into my profile, into the payments tab, you've got my credit card sitting here, and I can just go and take a payment directly on my credit card. So I just say credit card, the card sits there, and I can just say I want to take a payment of 10 euros, press create via internet, and now an e-commerce transaction has been made, and my card has automatically been charged. So you see here the card payments sitting there, it's been charged at 10 euros. So this really brings a tremendous amount of automation in the reception desk, so that by the time that the customers come to the reception desk, we set up automatic charge rules. So a non-refundable will be charged at the time of booking, a fully flexible maybe a day before arrival. So when the customer comes into the hotel, their bill's already been settled and you can really focus on the guest experience. There's so much more I'd love to show you in terms of reporting capabilities that we have. We have some really great kind of housekeeping app or a customer app. But because I want to keep the video short, if you're interested in more information, return back to our website, mewssystems.com, and just request a demo with the team, and we'll be happy to show you in detail some of the really cool capabilities that we have built into our solution. Thank you for your attention.